Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing wonderful. So I start my morning around 8, 9, like I start working around that time. I wake up around 6 and I give myself an hour to 2 hours to just really get ready. And it really helps me like get into a routine of, then starting work. What I'm gonna do this morning, I don't do that every morning. My work schedule changes all the time, but what I'm gonna do now is gonna check in with emails and everything that needs to be sent today. I feel like more admin things. I will take about an hour to do that this morning, and then I'll get into editing, which is requires a little bit more brain activity, I would say. So the first thing I'm gonna do right now is check back on a story poll that I did yesterday. I asked you guys what kind of videos you wanted to see on my channel, and a lot of you said vlogs, so that's why I'm filming this vlog this week. But I want to, take note of all the other ideas and requests that you guys have for future videos, or also if it's the type of content that doesn't really fit a video, I will do a blog post about it or a podcast. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing now. And also you guys asked a lot of questions, so I'm gonna answer some questions throughout this vlog. So I just finished taking notes of you guys' requests and ideas for videos, and then I also wrote some podcast and blog post ideas from the requests that you sent me. So now it's the time to reply to some of your questions. The first one is, how are you? And how's my mental health been going? Overall, I feel like I've been doing good, but I've learned a lot about myself recently as well, and I've learned that my personality type and just the way I am is I have this push and pull energy a lot, and so I get up and downs very frequently, and that is something that I've been dealing with for really long time, and apparently it's just normal for me to be like this. And like there are periods of the year where you just focus on work and just do that, and that's kind of been what I've been doing lately. But overall in my life, everything's been good. Like I had a really low point in the beginning of the year, like early January. Like the first 2 weeks were really hard for me, but now I would say like I'm doing better. Someone asked, how do you keep yourself motivated or keep going with your good habits? I personally don't rely on external motivation to motivate me. Like I don't really believe in motivation. I think that there are periods in your life where you're gonna feel more energetic and more motivated towards something, but it's not really something that you need in order to take action and do something. I think it's really important that you're able to accomplish things whether you're motivated or not. I think as long as you have a passion or like an intention, I would say. But for me, it's really remembering how good it makes me feel and how important it is for my mental and physical stability. Yeah, that kind of thing is what motivates me the most, is really knowing how good it will make me feel, and I know it's worth you know, sometimes pushing myself a little bit, even if I don't have motivation, and stick to the things that make me feel good. And the third question I'm going to reply now is, how do you organize your time to each action throughout the day and your routine? So I'm going to show you right now a little bit how I organize myself on a day-to-day basis. So the way I organize myself throughout the week is I have the bullet journal. So that's already like a good base where I have all the days of that week and then the main events and tasks. This is very easy. I just make a list every day of what I need to and what needs to be done, any meetings or calls that I have during that specific day. And then what I organize, like how I organize my time, I use Apple Calendar for that, and I just put like whole blocks of color of different tasks. And I have a system with every color represents something. For example, you know, the gray is anything work related, like emails, admin, stuff like that, Instagram related things. And then my English channel is in light blue. The darker blue is my French channel, so I like to separate both. So yeah, that's kind of how I organize my week. I do blocks. So yeah, there you have an idea of how I kind of organize things, and it's very helpful for me to have that. And then there are also some more smaller tasks that will maybe take me only 5 minutes or 10 minutes to accomplish. These I will not write them down in my daily schedule. I will allow time to do them, but I will usually do them in between tasks or whenever I get time at the end of the day or when I take a break. I'll do these smaller tasks that don't take up that much time, but I write them down in my to-do list because sometimes it's something very small, but I really have to do it. So I just write it in my bullet journal, and it's really good for me to have both. So yeah, that's kind of how I organize my day. Now let's get into emails. Alright, so I just made some matcha, took a little bit of a break and came back to my office. There was a lot of noise in here this morning, so I went to the living room to do some of the check-in tasks, but now I'm back here. Sometimes I keep emails for the afternoon. This morning I only had a few, and I'm happy I finished everything straight away. And before I continue on working, I'm gonna answer to a few more questions. So let me check, where was this? Also, I would like to, I have a question for you guys. Like, what kind of vlogs do you enjoy watching? Like, I love filming vlogs, and I'm thinking of getting back into filming like vlogs every week, or maybe at least more regularly. Let me know what kind of vlogs do you like to see, like productive days in my life. I mean, there's always going to be a variety of things, and also it will depend on what my schedule actually looks like. Some weeks I might be traveling and, you know, doing a lot of fun stuff, and some weeks I'm just working from home or, you know, organizing things at home. So yeah, let me know what kind of vlogs you're interested in seeing, or if you want me to do more vlogs in general. Okay, let me find a question. Someone said, how can I convince my family to become vegan and shop sustainably? I've been vegan for 7 years and my family still isn't vegan, nor are they vegetarian. And you know, at some point you just have to realize, like, it's not your responsibility to convince people. You can inspire others by just doing your own thing on your side, but I've found in my experience in trying to convince others to go vegan or be more sustainable was more energy draining than anything, and it wasn't really leading to a lot. It's a big lifestyle change and not everyone is ready to do this, and so I think it's really important to learn to respect that others are not in the same journey that you are. So yeah, I think that's the main thing, and I think that most time you're gonna seem as being the annoying in the group if you always constantly want to debate with people or try to convince them that what you're doing is right, because eventually that comes down to this. And I think the most effective way to convince people is just by doing your own thing. And if people see you thriving, they see you being really happy and healthy, they most likely will be interested in changing their lifestyle. That doesn't mean they're going to change everything, but you know, they're going to come more into that direction. And I found that I got way more people turning vegan or changing their lifestyles in my surroundings when I stopped trying to push it onto people. And then I'm going to ask 2 more questions. The first one is, are you thinking of having a pet? I grew up without pets. Like, I only had 2 rabbits at some point in my life when I was younger, and it was a great experience. You know, we had a big garden, so they were able to run out as well. I feel like a pet is also like a huge responsibility, and it's not my priority right now, and I don't think I'm gonna stay here for the whole rest of my life. So it's hard for me to really commit to something like a pet, because it's really a big decision, and you know, I want to offer the best life possible if I ever adopt a pet. And David and I would love to have a dog, but right now we don't feel like the time is right. It's just too early. We're too focused on our careers, and you know, we're traveling also quite often. It doesn't make sense to have a dog right now. We also don't have a garden, as we live in an apartment. So I think if it's meant to happen, it will happen when the time is right. And until then, what we're doing is that we're doing some dog sitting. As I work from home, I'm able to always kind of be here if we have a dog, and some of the members in my family or even like friends have dogs, so whenever they go on holiday, we also always offer to, you know, keep the dog and take care of him for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. That's something I love doing, that I did also back in Berlin, and it really also gives you an idea of how much work having a dog actually is, and if you're ready for it in the future. So I think that if any of you guys are thinking of adopting a pet, a dog or whatever, try to, you know, do dog sitting or cat sitting for a couple weeks, or do it a couple times as well, like before, so you just already have an idea. Because I didn't grow up in a family that had a dog, so I don't really imagine how much work this actually involves, and it also is a lot of money. There are a lot of things to take into consideration, and I think it shouldn't be a decision that you just take unseriously. It's really serious decision. And yeah. And do you want to have a baby or like kids? I do think I really want to have kids in the future, but definitely not right now. I don't think there's like a good age for having kids. Like, it's whenever you're ready. I mean, I don't know if you're ever really ready, but I don't feel like it's my priority right now at all. So you know, there are still so many things I want to do before having a family. So definitely I would love to have a family and kids in the future, but right now no, this is not something I'm thinking about. Now I need to get back on work, and I'll see you later for a few more questions. Alright, so I'm having lunch now. I made a smoothie bowl, ginger tea, And I'm gonna reply to a few food-related questions now. And someone asked me also in these questions if I only have smoothie bowls as breakfast. And usually yes. Sometimes on the weekend I'll have vegan pancakes or tofu scramble, but usually during the week I like to have smoothie bowls because they're really fast to make. I don't have to do the dishes afterwards. They keep me full and energized for a while. And they're delicious. So yeah, mostly I have smoothie bowls, but you know, when I'm on holiday or on the weekend, it happens that I have other things as well. Do you ever crave non-vegan foods, and how do you deal with it? Personally, I don't. I've been vegan for so long that it's almost been 7 years that I'm vegan, and I never crave like something that's not vegan. I never look at non-vegan food and think, oh man, I wish I could eat this. But I did have cravings in the beginning, and I realized that when I would have cravings when I first went vegan, usually when I used to get these cravings in the beginning was when I was hungry. What I would do is I would make either a vegan version of the meal I was craving, because you can really make any meal or recipe vegan, or I would just make sure I'm eating enough, and then so I'm not craving food at all in general. And my favorite vegan meal, I will do a video about like recipes I do every week, because this has been a request from you guys, and there are a couple meals that I have every week besides smoothie bowls. Dinners usually is a warm cooked meal. Alright, so that's it for the vegan questions and the food related questions. I'm gonna eat now and take a break, and then I'll go back to work. Okay, so I just finished editing the video that I wanted to edit today. And so in the meantime, while it's editing, my computer is doing a lot of noise and it takes a little bit of time for it to export. So I'm gonna tidy up my closet. So let's go. All right, so I'm just gonna organize a little bit my closet because there's been some mess happening. And this is all like stuff that I want to upcycle or sell or find a solution. I'm going to an upcycling class and workshop tomorrow, so I'm gonna bring a few things with me, and I will film a vlog of it, but for my French channel. And I will be turning these pants into shorts, which I'm super stoked about. I'm also gonna be taking part in an upcoming clothing sale in March in Switzerland. And then here I have like jeans and stuff like that, so I'm gonna sort this out now. By the way, I'm not like getting rid of anything here. I'm just sorting things, like making it organized, because it's just unorganized. But these are all like pants and jeans that I want to keep and that fit me and I use regularly. So definitely gonna keep those. Oh, I'm gonna answer to some more questions. What do you think? Let me grab my phone. Many people asked how old I am. I'm 24. And some people also asked how tall I am. And I think that it might look like a little bit that I'm tall on camera or in photos, but I'm actually quite short. Like, I mean, people have different definitions of what short and tall is, but I'm 1.64 m, I think. So it's not really that tall. How do you deal with hate comments? Well, personally, I try to not take it personally and I try to not look at it too much, which is unfortunate because then I don't look at comments altogether sometimes to avoid having to look at hate comments. You know, that's the reality of YouTube. No, I would say that in general, you guys are very positive and very kind, and so I don't really have a lot of hate comments, and so yeah. But if I do receive some, I just, yeah, I don't take it personally, and just focus on what I do. You know, like I also accept the fact that I can't please everyone and be liked by everyone, and especially when you grow an audience, you reach a point where it's not only people that love you or that love what you do. You know, you're always going to attract criticism when you put yourself out there, whether you're on social media or not. Yeah, I mean, it would have hurt me a lot more if it was like friends or, you know, people close to me that would judge or criticize me. That would hurt me a lot more than just hateful comments on the internet. What is your favorite place in the world and where you like to go back? So one of my favorite places in the world from the one I visited is Hawaii. I lived there for 3 months in 2015, and I had such a good time, and I would absolutely love to go back and even live there for a while, but it's very complicated with the visa, and yeah, I don't know if that's ever gonna be possible, but for a couple months I'd love to go back to Hawaii. I really loved it. Oh, I went to New York once, but it was a while ago, and I would love to go back as well, because it was a long time ago when I went, and yeah, I think I would really like to go back. Someone asked, do you have a good relationship with your body? Advice to be more confident. I think I have a pretty good relationship with my body. I am quite satisfied with where I'm at now. Like, I wouldn't want to change really anything. Like, if anything, I'd like to be a little bit more blonde and a little bit more like tan, because it's winter and I feel very pale, and my hair is getting really dark in the winter as well. But other than that, like, I don't want to lose weight or get abs or whatever. I feel quite happy with where I'm at. For me, one thing that makes me feel really confident in my body, definitely working out, like leading a healthy lifestyle, makes me feel good, obviously, but then also wearing clothes that fit me and that I feel good in and I feel pretty in, but also are comfortable. I think that's also one thing that helps me a lot with just liking myself and what I look like. What the fuck? Someone asked if I cut my hair myself. Yes, mostly. I haven't been to a hairdresser in like 5 years. I cut my bangs by myself. Now they're like back. But yeah, I mean, my hair is quite long now. I cut my hair like about here in 2016, and since then I kind of like, I cut it a couple of times, like the ends and stuff, but like I didn't like get a proper haircut since then. And now, like, I don't know, I don't really know what I want to do. I was thinking of cutting it again, like quite short, and getting a few highlights maybe for the winter, or just leaving it long and, you know, waiting another year for my hair to get really, really long and then see what I want to do. My hair is quite fine. I have a little bit of it, but it is quite fine. So I feel like cutting it shorter would give me a little bit more of volume and texture maybe. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but so if you have any recommendation, let me know. And yeah, someone asked also, are you introvert or extrovert? And I just did like a personality test with human design, and like a chart reading, birth chart reading, and it comes out that I am either or both. Like, I have one side of me that's really extrovert and like super friendly and social, and that's kind of like the one you see online, I guess. And then on the other hand, I'm also someone who's quite introvert in the sense that I really need time alone, and I might appear to some people as if like I didn't care so much, like I would just like do my own thing and like be alone a lot. I'm quite individualistic, I think, sometimes as well. So yeah, I'm a real bit mix of both. I'm not one or the other, and there are like many situations in which I feel, oh, I'm such an extrovert, and then other situations where I feel so uncomfortable in social situations. So yeah, I think it really depends on my daily mood or even mood of the moment and the people I'm with and the place I'm in. Is YouTube the only thing you do for a living? At the moment, yes. I mean, yeah, I do Instagram a little bit as well, but most of my income comes from YouTube. And so no, I don't have any other job. So someone asked about like that they'd love to hear insight and thoughts on the growth of my channel, and that's my upcoming podcast again, so that's gonna be up on Monday, so stay tuned for that. I really shared everything, like how I feel because of it and like how it affected me, what I learned from it. Like it was really something that I didn't expect to be that way, and I learned so much from it. Really excited when this happened, but it also, I don't know, it was a very weird experience and it's really hard to describe, but I tried to explain the best I could in the podcast. That's gonna be it for today's vlog. It's about to get really dark, and what I'm gonna do tonight, I think I'm gonna just stay in and have dinner. And if you want to see what I eat, there's a recent what I eat in a day video that I posted recently. There will be a recipe video coming next Saturday. You guys asked for more vlogs and for more food content and recipes, so I'm really trying hard and doing more videos about these topics. I love you guys so much, and I wish you a great weekend. Bye!